Hey guys, Panda here, and this is a build guide for a starter Magic Find Poison Necro on the Diablo 2 Path of Diablo mod. For more details regarding what Path of Diablo is and what changes the mod offers, please follow this link here. I highly recommend anyone who likes Diablo 2 and or Path of Exile to check it out. A legit copy of D2 LOD is required to play this game. Now let's get into the build. The main skill the build utilizes is Desecrate. This is the new skill introduced to this mod that replaced Poison Explosion. Rather than requiring a corpse for the skill to detonate, Desecrate creates corpses at the cursor location on the ground that will release poisonous gas. This offers great safety for the Necromancer since he can cast this anywhere on the screen and even off screen if you manage to target lock the mob. However, this skill has a cooldown until you are able to reach level 21 on the skill. It is also much faster to level using Teeth or Bone Spear for early levels. I recommend not to respec the poison until a minimum of level 38 and until you find an item that can give you +1 to Desecrate, which is not too difficult. Your goal is to get the hell pits as quickly as possible. You can easily clear it even at level 50 with no gear using this build. Pits alone can carry you into the 90s should you want to stay there, and all items can drop as monsters are all above level 85. Your skill priority should be in this order. Please assume that if there are prerequisites to the skills I list, that 1 point should go into each prerequisites as well. You should start by putting 1 point into Lower Resist, Convocation, Bone Wall, Blood Golem, and Summon Mastery. From there, max out Desecrate and Deadly Poison first, then Poison Nova. From here, your options are much more flexible depending on your playstyle. You should aim for a minimum of level 14 Lower Resist with all your +2 skills to reach minus 101% all resistances. This is all you need to break immunities of all mobs that the game will allow for. Anything you can't break the immunities can be killed using Corpse Explosion. Some useful skills you can consider are Decrepify, which will slow monsters and increase all damage taken by 100% to use in combination with Corpse Explosion. Convocation can be maxed to reduce the cooldown of your Teleport skill. You will need level 34 Convocation to hit its minimum of 0.4 seconds though. Mages and Revives maxing one or the other with Summon Mastery would give you more meat shields and DPS if you're planning to map. Fire Golem, using the Bone Ruin word, which will allow you to have one additional Fire Golem, can add a good DPS boost, and it works well with your lower resist. However, this does take up an armor slot. If you don't want that much minions to clutter your screen, you can try using Bone Armor and Bone Wall. They will add a good amount of defense for yourself. However, Bone Armor will not work against spells, and Hydras can still shoot through your Bone Wall, so be careful. For gear, there are no required gear, and that's what makes this build such a great build for magic finding. You can fully focus on your magic find gear and have no issues clearing anywhere. Level 21 Desecrate, however, is still a very strong quality of life improvement, so you should aim to have at least +1 to skills somewhere. I recommend putting on Trangle's gloves for the cast speed and poison damage. You can get them for 1 to 2 Orb of Corruption when trading, and they're not too hard to find yourself either. Although you will end up sacrificing 40 magic find for the glove spot, I feel that the benefits that these gloves add is more than enough to outweigh the benefits of 40 magic find. With this build, you are able to comfortably clear just about every 85+ locations and be comfortably able to kill the act bosses as well. If you're new to the game, I recommend trying out using 2 spirits, your Spirit Sword and your Spirit Shield for the faster cast rate and hit recovery. You can always switch to your magic find gear right before killing the boss so that you're not really losing out much. If you're running Bale, the second wave's Achmet the Cursed is the only mob that is poison immune, and you cannot break its poison immunity using lower resist. However, he goes down fairly quickly with a few Corpse Explosion. Remember, if you feel that Corpse Explosion's AoE is not big enough, you can always put 4 or 5 points into it to make your life easier. The fourth wave of Bale's minions is the Pit Lords, which have high amounts of poison resistances even though it does not show that they are immune to poison. Make sure that your deadly poison is up, and Desecrate can still chip away at their lives fairly quickly. If you find it still being too slow, cast a few Desecrate to poison first, then use Corpse Explosion to finish them off. Bone Wall will help you a lot if you're doing Bale runs, because it will trap the mobs where they spawn and make them not be able to move. This concludes my build video, and I hope you all have fun in Season 4 of Path of Diablo. Feel free to drop by my livestream to have some fun, and be on the lookout for my future video guides.